Welcome back to episode, what are we on, 23?
Yeah.
Episode 23 of the Panther Soccer podcast. The Maddie Eastis episode. I cannot speak today. That's unfortunate.
Especially because...
Wait, Solaric.
Yeah.
Not me getting the name wrong. Literally, for the past 4 minutes, I've been like, okay, Maddie Solaric, Maddie Solaric, Maddie Solaric, Maddie Solaric. As soon as I start speaking, welcome back to the Maddie Eastis episode. It's fine. But Maddie Solaric is a defender for the UNI women's soccer team, arguably one of our best defenders. Last year, she averaged 90 minutes a game. Did not get subbed off at all, and never got injured. Just a true Iron Man of the game.
Yeah.
Iron Woman of the game. Is there an Iron Woman in the Marvel Universe?
Probably.
Probably somewhere. I don't know. There's 80 billion comics and 400 different heroes. You know what? I'm going to say it right here, right now. Caroline Hazen should be her own superhero in the Marvel Universe.
Wow.
What do you have to say about Maddie Solaric?
What a trooper. Got plenty of minutes. Obviously not even being subbed off last year is pretty good. This year, similar track. Our defense is a bit deeper this year, so we're seeing her get subbed off a bit more. I think mostly for rotational reasons. She did have an injury, a very slight injury.
South Dakota.
Nothing serious.
Missed one game, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little blemish on her career is all these minutes played without a single point. No assists, no goals.
What? She got an assist last year.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm reading this wrong. Okay. Well, I was trying to do a bit because she actually does a ton for us on defense. I was trying to do a bit with her being like, oh, no goals, no assists, but that's okay. Anyways, she has saved way more goals than we could probably imagine. Definitely one of our top defensive players last year. Obviously, being a senior on the team this year.
No, she's not. She's a junior.
Junior on the team this year.
I was about to say she has one more year left.
Yeah, and has already slotted into a very good leadership spot
Yeah,
on the field. So.
Oh, never mind. That was Siriat. That was the captain last year. R.I.P. Siriat. She's not dead. She just, transferred to a different school.
Yeah. But I think she's doing okay there. Plays for Northwest Missouri State.
You're very familiar with that school, aren't you?
I am. Been to campus many times.
Your girlfriend goes there?
Yeah, well, used to. She's graduated.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Now lives in Ames.
They actually have a pretty decent soccer complex. I mean, it's turf, but they got some nice bleachers and good team dugouts and a little press box. So.
Yeah, good for them, especially at the D2 level, because I feel like D2 soccer is very hit or miss on what the quality of facilities you have.
Yeah.
So for D2, it's very nice, but
yeah.
Enough about talking about Division 2 soccer, because we're the Panther Soccer podcast. We're only used to the finest of D1 women's soccer. That sounded wrong in a lot of ways, but who cares?
Yeah, which means we don't watch Missouri State play. That is not fine soccer.
They're top of our table right now, but it's fine.
We're starting to hate off early. Anyways, we only have one game to recap this week. Should be nice and easy.
Oh, thank goodness. Especially knowing how easy of a game we played.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. The first half was a struggle bus. You could tell that this team, I don't know how to word it, and I might get in trouble for wording it like this, but it just didn't feel like we were prepared for this game. Because I feel like going into every game so far this season, we just come off really strong and just go at them right away. This game, we were very slow to start, and I felt like we just lost possession of the ball on multiple occasions. We let them march down the field, and honestly, our defense played really well. I felt like our forward and mids just couldn't keep the ball on our offensive side of the field. They got a lot of clears very easily. They got the ball deep in our defensive zone many times, and that was a rough first half to watch.
Yeah, it was weird. You'd think coming off it's not quite a week, but we had our bye match day, so we didn't play on Thursday. So we were coming off extra rest, extra practice, and maybe just expected a bit more life from the team after that. But I'm kind of thinking maybe this team gets in a groove and maybe playing, basically 3 games every 7 days, depending on how you want to look at it, or 2. But basically 2 games a week might be how this team feels comfortable playing. But we were able to rally back, not really rally because we were never down, but we played much better in the second half, and ended up with a nice result.
And honestly, like, I wish they would keep possession percentage, like, as a stat. I wish they kept track of that, because I'm curious on what our possession percentage was for that second half, because I don't recall Indiana State touching the ball at all, besides when they got a throw in or a goal kick. Like, honestly, I felt like we dominated the ball.
We had very good possession, notably when it stayed on the ground.
Yeah.
It felt like I don't know what it was. Maybe it was formations the teams were playing, but we always had passing lanes open. We're always finding them. Our pass completion rate and possession rate were probably quite high for this game, it felt like.
Oh, 100%. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned on the ground play, because our 50-50 air balls, I don't know what the term is. I feel like I got that right, 50-50 balls? Yeah. We lost the majority of them in that first half. Like, we could not regain possession on a 50-50 ball.
It was tough.
It was bad. I was getting, like, not, frustrated, I was disappointed. Come on now.
Which I think says a lot about the kind of team we have this year. I mean, going into halftime with 0 goals kind of felt like what are we doing? Which is kind of crazy. So we're very lucky to be in that position of feeling like, what's wrong when our team hasn't scored by halftime. But yeah, the 50-50 balls were noticeably not going our way. And I know we don't have a whole lot of height on the team, but it just felt like surely we could have done something, and whatever was changed at halftime worked wonders.
Yeah, that is true, because we might as well start talking about the scoring. We scored our first goal of the game. What was it, 15 minutes into the first half?
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
19 minutes into the first half. 15. You're right. 14 and a half. I'm not getting any more specific than that. But for 14 minutes into the second half, Lauren Heinz gets a goal assisted by Olivia Kneffley. But honestly, from what I've seen and heard, I feel like that goal was basically set up by by Sofia Ballesteri. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so watching it back, we basically their keeper, let me get a name real quick. Oh gosh.
Name drop Maddie.
Maddie. Oh, there's so many keepers named Maddie in our conference.
Well, just the 2. 3.
Yeah.
But Indiana State had 2 goalies by the name of Maddie.
Yeah.
Or Maddie and Madeline, still.
Anyways, basically she punts it right to maybe a little bit into open space, but Sophia steps up really quick into it. Basically one-times the ball to Olivia, and Olivia's already behind the line, so she has plenty of space, gives it to Lauren, and we all know that connection between Olivia and Lauren is one of the strongest chemistry-wise on the team, it feels like. So that one slots in for our first goal in the 60th minute, basically.
And then, what was it, about 2 minutes after our first goal of the game? No, it happened 20 minutes into the second half, I think. 29 minutes.
Well, we scored at the 60th, basically.
Oh, yes,
basically,
it's backwards. Okay.
Our good friend Paul,
the head coach of the Indiana State women's soccer team, he ended up getting the ball when it went out of bounds.
This is a nice screenshot. I got it.
Send me that screenshot. I'll put it in the pod. No, but basically he became a little frustrated when he got the ball and he just punted it and it went out of bounds pretty far. The referee gave him a yellow card, and I feel like the reaction of the bench was just so funny, because one player just walked away in embarrassment. One player was like, "What am I supposed to do?" Like, you could just see it player by player. Like, it's just so funny what happened in that whole situation.
It's probably the highlight of the match for me, honestly. Like, I don't know how you lose your composure that fast. Like,
100%.
You scored on, sure you got scored on, but it's 1-0 with 30 minutes left. like, there's plenty of time. It doesn't really matter who you're playing. Like, yeah, we were the better team, but, stranger things have happened. So, there's no reason in that moment, in my opinion, to get upset. Definitely lacking composure. Picks up a yellow for it, and yeah, so Paul, just for some context, off to a very bad start.
Because this is his first
with
year of
this
coaching,
team.
right?
Yeah. So right now they're sitting at 3 losses and 1 tie, Indiana State, after our game. But they, I believe, only have 1 win on the entire season.
Yep.
Even in non-conference play, so very rough start for him. I mean, you could probably, I get the frustration, but at the same time, there's a time and place, and on the field in front of your players is not it.
Okay, but also the professionalism of this coach was terrible. Why are you on your phone when game is being played? I don't mind coaches sitting on a chair, whatever.
Yeah.
You can coach from a chair, I guess. I prefer if you stand, but
our coaches do a mix of both.
Yeah, exactly. But you should not ever be on your phone at all during the game. There were multiple times where we caught him doing something.
Yeah.
On the phone. There's only 1 camera shot of it somewhere in the broadcast. I'm not gonna find it. 100 or 2 hours of footage.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna find a 30-second, not 30. I'm not gonna find a 3-second clip. But yeah, watching him from the sidelines, there was multiple occasions where he was on his phone, and I'm thinking dude, you got a hot date after this game or something? This is not okay. Dude, you're a Division I soccer coach. Be professional.
Yeah, and it just seemed I think it was kind of funny that he did that, because we were kind of poking fun at him the rest of the game.
Yep.
And I think we knew about him before, obviously, because at least Brady and I did. We knew about Paul. We were talking about him kind of over the summer when they released that article covering what he'd done. I was like, oh, Indiana State has a new coach. Maybe they won't be bad, but here we are. So we kind of already knew his name. We didn't even have to look it up. We were just like, oh, Paul, come on, man.
Oh my gosh, you have a screenshot of the... That's too funny. No, but... Oh my gosh, what else?
Anyways, our
second goal.
Our second goal.
We just went on a tangent.
No, it's great. Comes just shy of the 70-minute mark off a corner kick. The kick was taken by Marissa. It was a short corner though.
To Sydney?
Sydney Bursky.
And then Sydney gave it right back to Marissa.
Yep. Who crosses it in. Allison gets it off the header near post. This was a great goal. I think, Sydney's been playing a lot more recently.
41
minutes.
Against, that was a quality
opponent.
After,
noticeably disappearing, because we've talked about it on here, I believe. Where is Sydney? This is also interesting, only 6 subs. But we didn't really need them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, besides Riley Chesna, going in when Allison got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing noticeable about our subs, I feel like all of them were reasonable.
Mm-hmm. But the cross in from Marissa, pretty standard, well placed. Allison connects. It's a point, it's nothing too special, but that gets us our second goal. The remaining 20 minutes, we got close a couple more times. Obviously nothing in for either teams.
Did Indiana State even have a single shot?
They have recorded 2 on goal the entire game and 0 shots in the second half.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, 0 in the second half. Is that what I said? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
So, this is an absolutely solid game defensively. There was the same play that happened twice. The Indiana State crossed in and got through to the back post twice, and they just didn't have someone on the back post to tap it in. But those are
very
that should have
scary.
been 2 goals easily. They just had no one home for those. So
just organization issues and communication issues for Indiana State, but we don't cheer for them, and we personally don't really like them or care about them.
Yeah. So
except for Paul. I love Paul.
Yeah, Paul's great.
Future husband.
Indiana State is sitting tied at the bottom of the conference, but more on that later because we are previewing some games first.
Not Belmont first. Murray State on Thursday, which today is Thursday, the day of this being released. I haven't seen anything special about Murray State. I couldn't believe they were ranked higher than us in the projected rankings at the beginning of the year because we beat them 3-0 last year pretty easily. And so far, Murray State hasn't done anything this year to prove that they deserve to be ranked higher than half the conference.
Yeah, I think the only notable thing for Missouri State. So
Murray State.
Murray State.
Yeah.
So they have 4 ties and 1 loss. Now, one of their ties was against Valparaiso. They tied last week, 1-1.
And that's quality. Well, I'll give them that. That's a quality tie.
But otherwise, just scanning. Oh, they tied 0-0 to Missouri State, but that
First conference game of the year.
First game of the conference. So otherwise, they've tied scoreless versus Belmont, scoreless versus Evansville.
Wait, they haven't scoreless against Evansville?
They haven't. They lost to UIC, so they haven't. They scored what?
Two conference
They
goals.
scored
one conference goal on the year.
They've had 1 goal all year, and we're averaging, our defense is letting in 0.5 goals a game, 3 shutouts in a row, or clean sheets. So, yeah, this game is looking to be pretty easy. Historically, we're undefeated against them since we've only met once.
Just to clarify, no game is easy, but we shouldn't be as challenged as like Valpo or Missouri State or UIC.
This will be.
We need to take every game seriously, and you never know. There could be, we could run into a hot goaltender and whoever Murray State's goaltender is just stops everything. We got to adjust to that, prepare for that. Maybe one of their players, drinks 3 of those energy drinks from whatever it's called, Panera, before the game and pops off like Megan Bennington did last year against Illinois State. I don't know. There's a whole lot of circumstances. Not only that, but it's our first true road trip of the year. There's a lot of adjustments you have to make going into an away game.
The team has not traveled out of state, and 4 of our last 6 conference games are on the road. So if this team plays bad on the road, which technically both our loss and our tie this year have been on road games. So now those are only 2 games. And obviously, although this is going to be one of the easier ones, there's a reason why we play the games. Anything could happen. But I hope that this team shows up on the road. It's a tough week going to Kentucky and Tennessee, I believe.
Yep.
So
Kentucky on Thursday, and then Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see. That was cringy. I'm sorry, that was bad. Cut that part out, but not actually. Good laugh, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Murray State not getting results this year.
I think realistically, we'll get a 2-1 win against Murray State.
I fully expect a win.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily expect the blowout.
No.
But I am quite confident that we will win. We'll see though.
Yeah. All right.
They did go to the championship last year in the conference tournament, so there's something to be said for that.
It was a fluke, let's be honest.
So, well, we'll see. It's their 2nd year. All right. We'll move on to Belmont, who really is not faring much better.
Yeah, when you look at the RPI rankings, both of them are way at the bottom. Because Murray State, they're right next to each other, right? Murray State's 264.
264 and 265.
Bell. Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
But so we played Belmont twice last year. We got a win and a tie, but our win was in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so basically a tie, but
yeah.
But let's my bad. You go.
No, I was just gonna recap the history so you could keep talking.
You go.
Okay. Well, basically, we tied them 0-0 in the regular season. That was the last game of the season, actually. 0-0 scoreless draw at home. We had many of those last year, and then we get that second period of overtime win in the tournament. So we've only scored 1 goal against them, but again, they're not faring too well this year. They have the same amount of points, 1 loss and 4 draws. And let's just see who they played.
Tied Illinois State, lost to
So
Missouri State.
their lone loss is to Missouri State.
Well, that's expected.
Otherwise, they've tied Murray State 0-0. They've tied Indiana State 0-0. We just beat Indiana State by 2. So, and they tied Illinois State 1-1. So, both of these teams, never mind, Belmont scored 2 goals. Murray State with only 1 goal. Through
4 or 5 conference games.
5 for both of them. So
they're averaging 0.4 goals a game in conference play. If they only have 2 and they play 5 games, that's 2 goals every 5 games.
Yeah.
0.4.
Yep. Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah, so both of these teams, the fact that both of them are having trouble scoring in the conference play, and the fact our defense is allowing 0.5 goals a game, should mean a very low scoring game for the opponents. Couple that with our rather high powered offense this year, and we should be expecting but not guaranteed wins.
Okay, another thing about these road trips though is that we travel with a shorter bench. Like, granted, we only use 18 players max a game, but with these bus legs, they show up to that game a little more tired on that Sunday, and there's a lot of like outside the field like implications going into a second road game like this. But I don't know. I mean, Macy Smith should be back. I sure hope that she made the trip, the goat. But even if she didn't, Olivia, Lauren Heinz, Maureen Barnett, they're fine. Like, they're gonna do great for us at the top of the field, and I think realistically we'll get a 1-0 win over Belmont.
I am.
We'll get like a goal around the 65th minute of the game by. Should I project a goal score? You know who hasn't scored recently? Ashley Harrington.
Yeah, it's true.
When watching the game against UIC, I got yelled at because I said something not the greatest about Ashley Harrington when she missed the net. I was like, are you? Probably shouldn't finish the statement, but basically, hit the net, please. Aim for the goal. But I think she's overdue for a goal, so I think Ashley Harrington will get one and win the 1-0 game with Caitlin probably end up getting player of the match. I don't know. Caitlin seems to do better on the road than at home. Especially when there's a student section there.
Maybe anecdotally true. I don't know about statistically true, but
it just seems like she plays better on the road.
we did play quite good on the road last year.
Oh, 100%. We did not lose a single road game last year. Granted, 1 win, 4 ties, but we did not lose on the road last year.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that's a good result to have. Out of 5 road games, like winning 1 and having 4 draws, not losing a single one.
Yeah,
Like, that's
even picking up points on the road is big. If we could come out of this weekend with at least 4 points, we're gonna still be a top contender in the conference.
easy.
If we come out at 6, we just about might be first, but we could talk about that just in a bit. Yeah, we're winning our home games. We will more likely than not continue to win our home games.
Just who
So if
we
we
have left at not UIC, we have Evansville and Illinois State left.
Both winless teams at the bottom of the conference. Actually, Evansville has 5 draws, which is kind of funny, because that's exactly what we did last year. But 2 teams that are not of high caliber that we host, so we should have a smooth schedule. So basically, if we could pick up points on these away games, that's only gonna help us conquer the valley. Ooh, Missouri State has their bye on Sunday, so we'll be even with them on games. So we might
claim first.
if we win. Actually, let's just jump into this. So basically, we are sitting 2 points behind, but we have a game in hand of Missouri State. So if we win out and they win out, now disregard the head-to-head match for now. But if we win out and they win out, we will win by 1 point in the standings.
Thank you, UIC, for beating Drake, for us to be ahead of Drake
Yeah.
in this scenario.
Yeah. So if we win all of our games, and Missouri State wins all of their games,
But we beat Missouri State, or even tie.
or even if we tie or beat Missouri State and we win all of our other games, we're the number 1 seed.
Which means we get a home playoff game.
Which is crazy that we can talk about being the number 1 seed.
I would
Officially,
love to have a home playoff game. Make it happen.
Officially halfway through the conference season. We have 6 games to go, but out of all the matches,
Everyone else has 5, yeah.
we're halfway. So, standings wise, Missouri State sits first place with 11 points through 5 games. UNI and Drake are at 9 points through 4 games. UIC 9 through 5. And then the rest of the conference in order: Valparaiso, Illinois State, Evansville, Belmont, Murray State, Indiana State, Southern Illinois. I'm not going to list points because that is long and boring to those of you who don't care. But basically, there's a 3-way tie for second. We have a game in hand over UIC, as does Drake. So again, if we win our games, we are technically 3 points ahead of UIC as well. So, notable games Thursday and Sunday. We have Drake at Missouri State.
Oh my gosh, thank the Lord.
That is going to be a massive game. But I think a tie would be best.
We need Missouri State to win that, actually, I believe.
For tiebreaker reasons?
Yeah, we need Missouri State to win that for tiebreaker reasons.
Well, then if we're tied with Drake for second,
because
a 3-way tie, it's points against.
Because if we beat Missouri State, we already beat UIC. Okay, let me rephrase this. If we tie Missouri State, and Missouri State beats Drake, and UIC already beat Drake.
If Missouri State beats Drake, that's good for us.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we need Missouri State to win
that. The tiebreaker rules are kind of complex, especially when it gets to 3-way ties.
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah. Anyways, so Drake plays Missouri State. That's really the only notable game on Thursday as far as, like, I'm talking top of the table implications. Sunday, Drake plays Valparaiso.
Oh my gosh, there's 2 toughest teams other than us.
Yeah, couple tough games for Drake. Missouri State has their bye this coming Sunday, so we will be even with them on games on Sunday. And as the table steps 2 games closer to the final
stretch of the season, or
yeah. So basically, this is the bridge. This is the bridge between, we finally start really fighting for conference spots or tournament spots versus, just kind of meandering the table the first couple games. So this week is huge for us. Unfortunately, it's 2 road games.
Both winnable.
Yeah, both winnable games, but they're very important games as far as what the season will look like. And the stakes for each game moving forward will be heavily weighted by this week, in my opinion.
Bless you. Yeah, very well said.
Yeah, because as we're looking at it right now, if things go the way they've been going, the Sunday, October 15th game versus Missouri State will be way more likely than not who gets that first seed if things go the way they've been going.
And it sucks too because we can't take PSP with us to that game to help give UNI an advantage.
Yeah.
I wonder why we can't go.
You could go.
Oh, that's true. I could go, but
I have an academic requirement.
Oh, is that October 15th?
I have a performance.
Oh, on the 16th?
On the 15th.
On the 15th. Oh, then no, I should probably go to your performance.
No, that's not me. That's just with an ensemble.
Oh, right. I should probably go to your performance.
Yeah, it's nothing special, but I have to be there. Alright. Moving on. Before we wrap things up. Rankings.
We're 84th.
RPI rankings. We're staying strong. Literally have barely moved. Missouri State pops up into the top 100. And we jump way down the Drake at 141 for 3rd place. Our conference now stretches from 84th to 308 in the RPI rankings.
I can't believe Southern Illinois is this bad. Last year they were a pretty solid team and had a home playoff game. And now they're terrible.
Yeah.
Because like 2 years ago, oh my gosh, did they even win a single game?
Correct. So maybe last year was a fluke then. Like you'd almost have to say.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
got lucky.
Sandwiched between two.
Take that, Maddie. Your team sucks now. Wait. That's mean. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Southern Illinois, because their players are nice to us this year. So now I feel bad.
They were nice.
But we're 7th in the Midwest poll.
Yeah. We hop Missouri State once again.
Take that, Bears.
And
Because of Bears.
we are now the highest ranked non-Big 12 team, and if you want to look at raw wins, we should be 3rd in this poll.
Second.
And
Second.
there's 2 teams with 11 wins.
Oh. Second.
We should be 3rd in
We
this poll.
played
but
one less game than Oklahoma State, so second. Anyways, 2 less games.
yeah, I don't expect us to go much higher on this poll, really, especially given that we're not in a Power 5 conference, but we'll see. If we keep winning, you can't deny, I suppose. So,
I think if we beat Missouri State, we move up to 5th.
yeah, that could be a good.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. So a little ways off, though. Nervous for these games this weekend.
Yeah.
Big
road trip.
games. Yeah, it's kind of nice. You can almost lump it into one road trip for 2 games.
Yeah, it's true.
So, we are undefeated against teams that are not in the state of Iowa. So,
That's always good.
always good.
Drake doesn't count, let's be honest.
Neither does Iowa State.
Well, Iowa State was exhibition.
We just got skunked by BYU.
That is true. Iowa State did just lose 7-0 to BYU.
Yeah.
You were the one that showed me that.
That's embarrassing. We would never lose a game 7-0.
That's right. We, in our time with PSP, we've never lost a game that badly before. We've come close.
We've come close.
Uh,
Come very, very, very close. 6 goals and a half moment. Anyways, last words. Paul, we love you. We miss you. Come back when we host you in the playoffs.
Yeah, try and fight for a playoff spot and make the Final Four.
Anyways, we
Not me dying of laughter.
we're looking forward to 2 big games this weekend. So
Sorry. But we need to stop. Tune in for episode 24 where we interview my favorite player, Jay Lee Hicklin. I think it's a great episode. Personally, top 3 so far of the podcast history. It's great. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time for our podcast next Thursday when we recap Belmont and Murray State games. And
2 wins.
hopefully 2 wins, and talk about Evansville and Missouri State. Oh gosh, I'm not looking forward to that episode to talk about those. But
Yep.
for now, thanks for watching.
Yeah. It's a good thing we never have to recap losses on this.
It is nice.